Don't watch this video about reverse psychology. Reverse psychology. Control without control. Getting what you want by letting go. We Americans love to believe we're rugged individualists, captains of our own ships, making decisions based on cold, hard logic and personal freedom. Land of the free, right? But here's the truth bomb. Most of our choices aren't born from some pure, rational brain process. They're driven by invisible forces. Our deep need for approval, fear of missing out or being rejected, the craving to feel in control of our lives, and that hardwired instinct to dodge pain at all costs. Reverse psychology doesn't invent these forces. It just knows exactly how to poke them awake in a way that feels natural. Forget the cartoon version of manipulation you see in movies. Reverse psychology isn't some sleazy Jedi mind trick where you bark orders or force someone's hand. It's the opposite. It hands the other person the steering wheel and makes them feel like they're driving the whole way. And ironically, that's when people are most open to being gently guided, right when they swear they're calling all the shots. The deep paradox at its core, humans hate feeling controlled, but we desperately crave structure to latch on to. Tell an American, you must do this, and watch the rebel flag wave. Our inner patriot kicks in hard. But frame it as, hey, it's totally your call, no pressure. Even if the path is subtly laid out and suddenly it feels empowering, safe, and like our own brilliant idea. This wiring starts early. Think back to any kid raised in the US, or any kid anywhere, really. The more you forbid something, the more they want it. Don't touch that cookie jar. Boom. It's the only thing on their mind. Force homework or chores and resistance skyrockets. But play it cool like, you know what? You don't have to finish your vegetables if you don't want to, or bedtime's whenever you're ready, I guess. And curiosity, or the urge to prove themselves, flips the switch. It's not that the action suddenly became better. It's that their sense of personal choice feels challenged. This is textbook psychological reactance, the theory pioneered by psychologist Jack W. Brame back in 1966. When people sense their behavioral freedoms are threatened by advice, rules, or even well-meaning suggestions, they get motivated to restore that freedom, often by doing the exact opposite or valuing the restricted thing way more. Brame's classic experiments showed this clearly. Tell kids they can't play with a certain toy, and it becomes the most desirable one in the room. Studies on flossing or health advice revealed the same. High-threat messages, you absolutely must floss daily, backfire compared to softer ones. Reactance isn't just rebellion for fun, it's a motivational state to protect autonomy. Magnitude matters. Bigger perceived threats trigger stronger responses, and it shows up in perceptual changes. The forbidden fruit looks sweeter, emotional arousal and aggressive opposition. In romantic relationships, this dynamic gets turbocharged. In a culture obsessed with grand gestures and constant pursuit, thanks Hollywood rom-coms, chasing someone hard, always being available, over-explaining, apologizing first, feels like building security. But subconsciously, it signals, I need you to complete me, which screams low value and kills attraction. Our brains aren't drawn to neediness. They're drawn to scarcity and high value, which only shows up when there's a real risk of loss. Reverse psychology in dating isn't about playing games like ghosting or fake indifference. It's about genuine non-attachment, not desperately controlling the outcome. Stop the endless texts, the where is this going interrogations, the fixing of their problems. Give space. When you pull back without drama and focus on your own life, hitting the gym, pursuing hobbies, hanging with friends, the other person starts wondering, if I don't step up, will I lose this? That question activates their instinct to protect the bond. Not because love magically surges overnight, but because their autonomy feels at risk. Many successful daters and therapists note that this soft power reveals true interest faster than pursuit ever could. Countless real-life stories back this up. Guys or gals who've given up after months of chasing suddenly get pursued once they seem fine moving on. It's not magic. It's reactance meeting perceived scarcity. But here's the crucial American twist. We value self-reliance and the cool, confident vibe. The one who doesn't chase projects that inner strength, which is insanely attractive in a society that worships independence. A big misconception? People think reverse psychology is a surefire hack to force someone to do exactly what you want. In reality, it shines brightest when you're truly okay with any outcome, when your inner peace doesn't hinge on their reaction. That detachment creates real power because it can't be faked long-term. Desperation leaks through. In everyday social interactions and influence, the most persuasive folks rarely argue head-on or try to win debates. They ask thoughtful questions. What makes you say that? Plant gentle seeds of doubt, or present ideas casually. They let the other person discover the conclusion themselves. Once someone owns an idea as their own, they'll defend it fiercely, far more than if it was shoved down their throat. This Socratic-style approach dominates in American sales, leadership training, and even casual networking. Think TED Talk speakers or top podcasters who guide listeners without dictating. Marketing and advertising have turned reverse psychology into a science and a massive profit machine. Americans hate being sold to aggressively, but they love exclusivity, rebellion, and feeling smart about their choices. The gold standard, Patagonia's "Don't Buy This Jacket" campaign on Black Friday 2011. They ran a full-page ad in the New York Times showing one of their jackets with bold text, "Don't buy this jacket." It highlighted environmental costs of overconsumption and urged buying only what you need. Result? Sales of that jacket skyrocketed, and the brand's overall revenue jumped as people flocked to this anti-consumerist company that seemed to respect their intelligence. It triggered reactance. Don't tell me what to buy, while aligning with values of sustainability and authenticity. Perfect for the conscious American consumer. Another classic, Volkswagen's Think Small campaign in the 1960s. Amid big, flashy American cars, VW's Beetle ads embraced humility. Think small, lemon, admitting minor flaws to highlight quality control. One memorable ad featured Wilt Chamberlain, over 7 feet tall, struggling in a small car, then noting that for anyone under 6 feet 7 inches, there's plenty of room. It flipped the script on size, making small desirable through self-deprecation and honesty. Sales exploded. Other hits include Domino's Pizza Turnaround, airing real customer complaints like microwave pizza is better before fixing the recipe, Nike's Winning Isn't for Everyone, targeting only the dedicated, luxury brands exclusivity, hard to get stores or wait lists, and even Kit Kat's Do Not Open Until Christmas. Limited editions, not for everyone messaging, and negative admissions all weaponize reactance by implying restriction or honesty that feels refreshing. In politics, it's trickier but potent. U.S. campaigns often use forbidden fruit tactics. Labeling ideas dangerous or off-limits sparks curiosity. Think certain conspiracy topics or protest movements. Historical example, Prussian King Frederick II in the 18th century, influencing later strategies, guarded potato fields dramatically to make peasants steal and adopt them during famine, reverse psychology via restriction. Captain Cook used similar tricks on crews to encourage eating sauerkraut for health. Modern echoes include dog whistle politics or mandates that provoke backlash, boosting the opposite side. Critics have accused figures like Trump of reverse psychology and rhetoric, though outcomes vary wildly. Parenting offers endless practical examples. Tell a toddler they can't do something and watch defiance. Instead, you don't have to eat your broccoli if you don't want to, but the big kids do. Or, I bet you can't beat me to the potty. Many parents share wins like making bedtime a secret win or letting kids outsmart them by pretending incompetence. It works best with young kids craving independence, but requires authenticity to avoid mixed messages. In education, business negotiations, therapy, and more, the pattern holds. Soft challenges, highlighting downsides first, to build credibility, or framing choices to preserve autonomy reduce resistance. Sales pros use "this might not be right for you" to qualify leads and close more. Negotiators avoid ultimatums. Historical cases reinforce it. Beyond Frederick II's potatoes or Cook's crew, stories from ancient leaders using deception as reverse, like Cyrus the Great, show its longevity. In pop culture, films like certain rom-coms or books on influence, Cialdini-inspired scarcity, popularize it. How to use it ethically and effectively, key for Americans who prize fairness. Start with genuine non-neediness. Build your own fulfillment first. Use sparingly and subtly. Pair with transparency where possible. Focus on empowerment. It's your decision, should be real. Test small. Observe reactions. In relationships, prioritize mutual respect over winning. Combine with direct communication for hybrid approaches. Self-application is ultimate. Practice non-attachment to outcomes, emotional regulation, and self-worth independent of others' choices. True control without control comes from inner stability, meditation, stoicism, popular in U.S. self-help, or therapy help here. Pitfalls and dangers. It can backfire spectacularly if spotted. Suspicion, resentment, trust erosion. Overuse breeds manipulation vibes, damages long-term relationships, and doesn't create lasting change, only temporary compliance. Ethically, it's manipulative by nature if one-sided. Avoid in power-imbalanced situations, boss-employee, etc., or with vulnerable people. Research and experts warn against it in therapy or high-stakes contexts where honesty trumps tactics. It risks resentment or rebellion if the person feels tricked. At its deepest level, reverse psychology tests you. Can you release the grip without crumbling? Can you hold your value even if not chosen? If yes, you embody quiet power. Presence that influences without force. Freedom that inspires others to choose alignment naturally. No one feels pushed, yet dynamics shift toward what's authentic for you. This is the refined art of influence in a freedom-obsessed culture like ours. Master it responsibly, and it transforms not just outcomes, but your entire approach to life, relationships, and success. It's not about controlling others. It's about freeing yourself to stand firm, letting the rest follow or not. And in the end, that's the most American kind of strength there is.